What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Some Things Watching from the Dark. I'm Dustin,
I'm Luke.
and this is the show where we dive into real encounters, strange experiences, and the kinds of stories that most people never tell out loud. What's going on, buddy? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, besides 4 inches of snow outside.
Yeah, I know. You probably ain't gonna have much to do at work today, are you?
No.
Yeah, I understand. But
Oh, I know what I'm gonna plan. I'm gonna plan on doing something too, so
you have a plan?
I'll do that. Yeah. Usually on Fridays, um, he wants us to use a riding machine, so everyone gets used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of doing it on Friday, I might text him and be like, "Hey, since there's no school today, there's nothing really to do. Do you mind if I just use it today instead of Friday?"
There you go. That's a good idea.
So then I don't have to worry about quick cleaning my section and having enough time to do both. So
Yeah,
I might just be like, hey, can I just do it today so I can get my thing over with? So I think that's what I'm going to do.
that makes sense. So tonight, we are heading into Illinois. I know we've been covering some states recently, and tonight we're going into Illinois for some of the creepiest accounts from the past century, from the Enfield Monster stalking small towns to the Big Muddy Monster lurking along the riverbanks, and even the infamous Roth House and the Watseka Wonder. Have you ever heard of these stories?
Um, we talked a little bit about them, but other than that, no.
Yeah. Whenever I was looking into different stories in Illinois, the one that really stuck out to me was this infamous Roth House and the Watseka Wonder, which I saved for last because I thought that one was the best one. Um, you want to talk about the hotline?
Yeah, if you have any experiences that you can't explain, call our hotline 412-533-3483, and you can leave a voicemail or send us a text message. And if the voicemail cuts you off, just call back and pick up off. We will make sure it sounds good. And tell your friends about it. If they have any weird experiences, have them call as well. All right, let's get into this first one.
All right. So this first one is the Enfield Monster sighting in 1973. Now, this was one of the strangest creature reports to come out of Illinois, and it happened in April of 1973 in the small town of Enfield. The incident started when a man named Henry McDaniel called police late at night after hearing scratching at his front door. When he went outside with a flashlight, he claimed he saw a creature standing near his house. He described the creature as being about 4 to 5 feet tall, gray in color, with two small arms, glowing eyes, and most strangely, 3 legs. So, according to his report, the creature was able to move in long jumping leaps, covering a large distance very quickly. McDaniel fired at the creature and it ran off into the darkness. Police responded to the scene and searched the area. Officers reportedly found unusual tracks near the house that looked similar to dog prints but had 6 toe pads. There were also scratches on the door and window screens, suggesting something had actually been outside the home. The sighting made local news, and within a short time, other people in the area began reporting similar encounters. Some claimed to hear strange screams at night, while others said they saw something moving along the edge of fields and wooded areas. The sightings only lasted a few days before they suddenly stopped, and then the creature was never identified. Toward the end of the investigation, some people believe the story may have been exaggerated, but police never officially explained what the tracks or what McDaniel actually saw. But what makes this case even stronger is that during this same time period, this wasn't the only creature people in southern Illinois were reporting. During this time, not only were people experiencing this in Enfield, there were also reports coming out of another part of Illinois near the Big Muddy River. In 1973, there were also people seeing this Big Muddy Monster. Have you heard of the Big Muddy Monster?
Isn't it like a Bigfoot type creature?
It is. It is. And this is what made this interesting whenever I was looking into it, is because there was so many sightings about, within the same area of two different kinds of creatures. Mm-hmm. That first creature, the Enfield Monster, what do you think that is? 3 legs, dog-like feet?
It threw me off when it said 3 legs. So, I don't know. I don't know anything that has 3 legs, and that's the only thing I can think of. It was intro, and it was using its like 1 leg to like walk, like how how animals get hurt, they'll like use all 3 legs.
Oh yeah,
maybe something like that.
So maybe it was like missing a leg. Maybe it was like a 4-legged creature.
Yeah, maybe it's just missing a leg and had to walk on all 3 just to be able to walk.
I could see that.
That's the only thing I can get out of it, because other than 3 legs, like there's nothing out there that has 3 legs that I know about.
I mean, I think most animals either have 2 or 4.
Yeah, not 3.
No. But so around that same time, in 1973, people near Murfreesboro and the Big Muddy River began reporting sightings of a much larger creature. Witnesses described this as being 7 to 10 feet tall, covered in black hair, and more like you said, a Bigfoot type animal. Now, it was often seen near wooded areas, farmland, and along the riverbanks, and some people claimed to hear loud screams coming from the woods at night. Local police reportedly received multiple calls about the sightings and even opened a file on the case. Officers were sent to investigate areas near the river where witnesses said the creature had been seen. Reports from the time mentioned large footprints found in the mud, broken brush, and disturbed ground. There were also attempts to track whatever made the prints, but nothing was ever found. The sightings continued for months before eventually fading out, and just like the Enfield case, the creature was never officially identified. What do you think?
Now, the Big Muddy Monster, is this like, where is this located? Obviously, it's in Illinois, but what town? It says near Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro.
Okay. Yeah. So I wonder why they call it the Big Muddy Monster. Does it look muddy? Do they see it in like muddy spots? Like, why the Big Muddy Monster?
Well, I think that's what it was. Is like this creature, whenever they seen it, it was just covered in mud, and they were seeing it down by the Big Muddy River. And now, like I said before, what made this interesting was that both of these incidents happened in the same region. Yeah. So, like I said, what made this interesting was that these both happened in the same region in the same year. Some people have wondered if the sightings could have been connected. I think that maybe. it's just strange that so many people are seeing something in this region of Illinois, but the description of these other creatures are completely different.
Yeah, they're not even the same. I think it's interesting how all these different states have like a different nickname for Bigfoot.
Right. Uh-oh. Oh, did it start playing?
Yeah.
My bad. So what you started to hear there was a clip from Illinois that I had found. When these are like some of the howls and stuff that they hear out there. See, that kind of sounds like a wolf to me in a way.
Yeah, I'm not good with sounds from animals, so like I can't be like, oh yeah, that's a wolf or that's a coyote, or like I don't know what that is because I truly don't know.
I don't know. It is strange. I don't know if there's wolves in Illinois. I'm sure. I mean, there could be wolves anywhere.
Uh-huh.
But this next story, did you have any more that you wanted to add to that?
No, I think both those segments are very interesting, and we'll have to see if we can find more stories on this.
Yeah. If you
are
ever
listening to any of these creatures, call the hotline.
We had the same idea.
Well, play it.
Yes. Leave us a voicemail telling us every little detail about what you experienced. And we will
drop the phone
play it
number
for
on the screen so people can see it.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Call in with your story. 412-533-3483.
I like how we had both the same idea.
It was the perfect segue. I liked it. But this next story, this is the one that I found the most interesting. So they call it the Watseka Wonder and the Roth House. Now, this happened in 1877 to 1878. So another eerie chapter in Illinois paranormal history comes from a small town called Watseka in the late 19th century. A case that many researchers consider one of the first well-documented spiritual possession accounts in America. It centers on a house that later became known simply as the Roth House, and a remarkable series of events involving a young girl and a spirit that seemed to return from the dead. The story begins in 1877 when 14-year-old Mary Lawrence Venom of Watseka Watseka is, I guess, the town of Watseka. She began having severe episodes of illness, including trances, seizures, and unconsciousness. After several fits and strange behavior that doctors couldn't explain at the time, her physicians suggested she be sent to an asylum. But then something incredible happened. A neighbor named Asa B. Roth, whose own daughter, Mary Roth, had died over a decade earlier, suggested a different approach. He brought in a physician named Dr. E. Winchester Stevens, who was a known spiritist. And I've never even heard that term before, but it's someone who believed spirits of the dead could still interact with the living. Now, according to the accounts Dr. Stevens published, first in the Religio Feliz, wow, these are some big words, guys. Religio Philosophical Journal of the time, and later in his book, The Watseka Wonder. Lawrencey began speaking in voices and exhibiting behaviors that clearly weren't her own. Eventually, she stated that she was Mary Roff, the Roff's deceased daughter. How do you feel about that?
Looks insane. I couldn't imagine something like that. Like,
what if
that'd
we
be
were like
insane.
What if we were like investigating somewhere? Now, I'm not saying that I would do this on purpose, but if we were investigating somewhere, like all of a sudden I start acting differently. Like maybe my voice changes a little bit. Maybe the way that I talk changes a little bit. The way that I stand and hold myself. And maybe you start to notice that my facial features aren't quite the same. And I'm not responding to my name. How would you react? Being it's just you and I.
It's a hard question. Just I don't know how I would react.
I think that should be a movie. That sounds like that should be a good movie idea.
I think my first response would probably, like, if it's just me and you, I have sage in my chalk. I'd probably go like see about saging you and trying to like cleanse you somehow and see if that would take it out.
Daddy!
Guy's story is just writing itself. I think that we should follow through with this. I think we need to film this now. You want to be
Let's
a part
do
of the movie? Let's do it. So, the most astonishing part of the case was what comes next. So, Lawrencey claimed things only Mary Roff would know. She recognized every member of the Roff family by name. She recalled personal memories and private events from Mary's life that Lawrencey could not have learned through ordinary means. And she even identified objects and objects' history from the Roff home, details the Roffs themselves had confirmed. So eventually, the Roffs invited Lawrencey to live in their home. The house that today is remembered as the Roff house, and she did. That doesn't make any sense. Who wrote this? So yeah, she went and lived. I know she went and lived with the family. For like, would you, if somebody came along, like if one of your kids was like having these symptoms, right, and somebody came along and was like, "Oh yeah, it's my dead daughter that's possessing your child," and your kid is now, identifying objects and objects' histories from this family, and the family's confirming it and everything else, then they want her to come live with them. You gonna be okay with that? No. Why do you think these people were okay with that? That is so strange.
I don't know, but I wouldn't be okay with someone possessed kid living with me. Even
Well, wait a
if
minute,
it was
hold on.
like,
I'm confused.
even
I'm a
if
little-
this kid was not my kid and it was possessed by my dead kid, I'm not letting her come into my house.
You wouldn't let him in the house? No.
No,
I mean,
not gonna-
obviously, I'm not gonna let him in the
I'm not
house,
gonna
but like,
keep
I
him.
would. You're not gonna entertain the idea of like what they could possibly know about what's happening with your kid.
No. I'm good.
I mean, but what if they seem like they know what they're talking about? I mean, this experience, like if your kid started like saying that they're not who they are and their mannerisms are changing and things like that, like you wouldn't be a little freaked out? You wouldn't think that it's a little bit beyond like medical help?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the whole thing, the whole situation.
Well, for roughly 3 months, her personality remained as Mary, interacting with family and neighbors, recognizing people only Mary would know, and behaving in ways that astonished everyone involved. Then, on May 21st, 1878, the change reversed. Laurency suddenly returned to her own personality, claiming that Mary's spirit was leaving and hers was taking over again. With that shift, the possession, if that's how you choose to interpret it, appeared to be over. Laurency went back to her family, never experiencing another episode like it again, and lived a full life long afterward. Never experienced. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I could let you back in either.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's crazy.
So what makes this tale stand out historically is not just the bizarre nature of the events, but the fact that it was documented in print by a physician and spiritist of the era, and even mentioned by early psychical. No, that's not right. We gotta fire our editor because this is terrible. Researchers such as Richard Hodgson of the American Society of the Psychical Research. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe that's actually a word. It was considered perhaps as extreme a case of modern style possession as one can find by thinkers like James in his psychological writings of the era. So I have the books. I found the books from Dr. E. Winchester Stevens, like his whole account on like his perspective of things. I want to read it. Go ahead.
This got me interesting. There's a disease out there where people are not themselves. I can't think of what it's called. I can't think of the name of the disease. It's like you're a whole different person. Not bipolar, but there's
like
some
kind
I can't think
kind
of
of a thing?
Yes. Now, what if back in 1878 that wasn't around, or that wasn't known for? What if this kid just had a split personality?
I mean, maybe that is possible, but why would she know things about this other family that she shouldn't?
That's the part that throws the whole story, like my whole theory, out the window. But like, I don't know. That's hard to say.
No, I get it, and I'm surprised that like this is. I don't know. I feel like this situation during that time would have been taken a lot more seriously than I feel it was. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking like somebody should have been shackled and chained and like holy watered and everything else, but they were just like, we're just gonna send you to live with this other family until this is over.
Right.
Well, it'll blow by in a couple of months. It'll be fine. But here, so I found a video of a paranormal team investigating the Roth house, and during their investigation, they caught a disembodied voice. Oh, geez. Why is it when you click on the stop the music, it gets really loud real quick and then it goes down? StreamYard, you got to fix that. That's crazy. Let me pull this up and I'll share it with you. But this was really interesting. Now, this comes from the Paranormal Files on YouTube, and we'll leave their link in the description. That way you guys can go and check out the full video, and I definitely recommend it because this was wild.
that was walking upstairs. Oh my God.
A mother stretches one plate
Oh
across
no,
all
that's
5 of her
crazy.
children. A
Hold
father
on.
skips meals.
My bad.
I just saw 2-year-old blowing eyes.
Who's making that noise? Why are you only swinging this rod in my left hand? What are these things?
What's your thoughts on that?
Together.
Hmm?
We should go there.
You think that we should go there?
Yep.
We heard a disembodied voice once.
We do.
Well, you probably heard more than I have, but the one whenever we was at Ross' house, I couldn't explain that. I don't know what that was.
Yes.
But I definitely think that we should go here and go ahead.
You know, finish up what you're saying.
I was just gonna say that I definitely think that we should go here.
Yeah, that'd be a cool place to investigate. Now, our last and final story is Resurrection Mary, and this was found on TikTok. Mm-hmm. It's a local legend.
Hold on, I'm getting it. I'm getting there. I just don't know how to do it.
Near Chicago, late at night, and you see a young blonde woman in a white dress, I advise you don't stop for her. This is Haunted America, the series where I tell you the creepiest lore from all 50 states. Next on the list, Illinois. On Archer Avenue, near Resurrection Cemetery, close to Chicago, countless drivers have reported the same chilling encounter for almost a century. The story goes that in the 1930s, a young woman named Mary was dancing at the O. Henry Ballroom when she got into an argument with her date. She decided to walk home in the freezing cold. Somewhere along Archer Avenue, she was struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver. Since then, people have claimed to see her, a pale blonde woman in a white party dress wandering the roadside. She'll sometimes ask drivers for a ride, give them an address, and then vanish before reaching it. Some have even said they dropped her off at the gates of Resurrection Cemetery only to watch in horror as she walked straight through the locked iron bars. In one famous case, the cemetery gates were found with mysterious handprints burned into the metal, marks that some still believe belong to herself. Witnesses describe the air turning icy cold in her presence and a faint scent of lilac lingering even after she's gone. So if you're driving Archer Avenue and you see her waving for a ride, just keep going. Poor Mary is already on her way home without your ride. I think I've said it before. I love a woman in white story. What do you think of this one? Illinois, have you heard of this one? Been near the cemetery, seen her? Let me know in the comments. Follow for more lore from all 50.
We have an urban legend that's kind of like that.
It's interesting because there's a lot of legends of the lady in white in all types of towns and states. I wonder if there's something behind it.
What do you mean?
Like I wonder if there's something like behind the whole woman in white. Why is it all over the place, not just one spot?
That's a good question. I think that we're influenced by like pop culture, and I feel that that might have been used, a lot throughout different horror movies, so that's why we have, it's just creepy. I mean, but then again, who knows? These stories got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing that interests me is like why are they all women in white?
Yeah. I don't think the one around here is Woman in White though, but it's like the hitchhiker of Route 40 or something like that, where it's like you pick them up and whenever you get to their destination, they're not in the car no more, like, or something like that. I can't remember exactly it, word for word.
First thing is if I'm driving down the middle of the road at night and I see someone standing on the side of the road that doesn't look right, I'm not stopping.
Did you ever see that video of the people going down the road and they see somebody walking, but like as they pass them, they notice that this person just doesn't look right. They have like really furry legs and hooves. You never seen that video?
One guy with the hiker walking in the woods.
What's
Or is
that?
that a different one? The guy walking in the woods.
No, this guy was walking along the road.
Well, I've seen a video where this guy was walking down a path to go hiking, and another guy passes him, and he said, "Don't go off the trail." And the guy looks around, and the dude's not there.
No, I don't think that I don't think I know that one.
I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of this thing that I always wanted to do with mess with people in public. Like I wanted to get a group of people together and like go into like Walmart or something, and we pick one person and we just walk. And we walk past them, we say, "This is a dream." Wake up. Don't say anything else, and just keep walking. That would be terrible. But I guess that's where we'll leave things tonight. Did you have any more, Luke?
Yeah. No.
You did?
I think that's
You don't.
everything. I don't.
Oh, I got excited for a second. But if you've experienced something like that, give us a call or text the hotline at 412-533-3483. You can leave a voicemail, and if you need more time to get all those spooky details, you can give us a call back and pick up where you left off, and we'll make sure to stitch it together so that it plays nicely during the podcast.
Yep. And go follow us on all the social medias, and we go live on YouTube and TikTok and do some live investigations.
It's YT and the Book of Faces and the Talk Tick. Okay, just slow your roll there, buddy. You don't want to piss anybody off. If you guys were in the last live, you'll understand what that means or why I'm saying that.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's so stupid. All right. Thanks for listening and hanging out with us, guys. And until next time.
Something's watching from the dark.